Hey, if you're old enough to remember the 1960s, then you know we're not going to hell right now. The country's not going to hell. In the 1960s, we were torn apart by the Vietnam War. There was chaos in the streets. There were bombings. I mean, dozens and dozens of bombings, not trying to kill people in the vast majority of instances, but to destroy property and to garner attention. So the 1960s, we survived them, and actually we came out a better nation on the other side. If you compare today with the 1960s, we're an immensely bigger economy, an immensely stronger military. We've got political problems for sure. There's no question about that, but we did then too, and somehow we made it through. So people tend to get hysterical because they look at things in very short time frames. But if you elongate the time frame and you look at history through the lens of more like 50 years instead of 2 or 3 years or even 10 years, you start to see, hey, we've been here before and we survived it. And we survived it in a big way. In fact, the country was torn apart even worse then than now. And so why so much tumult today? Well, some of it has to do with the fast advance of technology and how our economy is changing so rapidly. Old jobs are disappearing to automation and robotics. New jobs are being created that a lot of people will never have the skills for because they've aged out. We are still the most influential country in the world. We are still the strongest country in the world. And if you look around the world, you see that the discontent happening in our country is happening everywhere. Leaders of other countries can't manage to get very high approval ratings either. A change of presidency is not going to change that either. The next several presidents are all going to have very poor approval ratings, just like the current one and the last one did.